And Boston music has always had its edge.
I really thought stuff in the 70s was just atrocious.
The most boring ass shit on the radio.
No prospect of doing anything except playing music.
That raunchy, dirty sound, Gibsons with Fender amplifiers.
That's the fucking sound, man. That's the Boston sound.
We don't like what you stand for, what you look like. We're gonna punch your fucking lights out.
These were really magical moments.
Well, it was 1976, and all of a sudden everybody was starting bands.
Real Kids, Liars, Nervous Years, Neighborhood, those were all great live bands.
During the 70s, Boston was a pretty hurting town. There were businesses closing everywhere, stores going under. It was worse than it is now.
All I say, it's the best fucking rock and roll town in the world.
I was always a big fan of Mono Man.
He went as nuts and loopy as we were.
And I was a perfectionist to a point where it made other people uncomfortable.
So turn and look, and they'd be rolling on the ground like punching each other.
Because we were out of our minds.
Immature, juvenile delinquents.
They had a very, very hardcore, diehard following.
The Nervous Eaters were scary.
They could write songs that were so nasty and depraved.
The first time you saw David Minahan on stage, we were like, wow, who the fuck is this guy?
I always thought the Neighborhoods would become famous. They had the looks, they had the songs.
It was pure punk, and the songs were phenomenal.
So the Real Kids had a stage act that had some appeal to it.
Man, they would lock into their groove and just start rocking and start burning, and it was just instantly seductive.
I always wanted to be in the Real Kids.
Don Felice is a wonderful singer and a fine guitar.
Willie was sort of the leader of the pack.
Yeah, I remember Willie, probably not the first guy to tell you, just being pretty fucking crazy. But great live.
Extremely charismatic. Had a drive and intensity. Just up there reading the phone book, you'd pay attention.
People would look at him like, this guy's out of his skull.
They used their ears and did the logical thing. They got out of there as fast as they could, with their hands over their ears.
He really had something great. He had a pin on that said "Freak Out," and he was going, Howard Johnson's Coca-Cola. I said, wow. I loved him. I thought he was great.
The idea was to make the recording sound like the band when they played at a show on their best night, not to make some kind of magic studio trick. That's what the major labels were doing.
I never saw so much fighting on stage as that, and it made the whole thing so much more fun.
So we just shouldered the door open and went in. It was just took a shitload of the Clash's beer.
I'd say, the Beach Boys did this, and they used a major seventh chord, and Jonathan would go, yeah, well, Lou Reed goes boom, 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 boom. I was like, well, okay, well.
I remember standing outside Beacon Hill Music one day saying to Oedipus, I said, this is a really good band. You've really got something here.
It was such an intense assault. It sounds amazing, it looks amazing, the tunes are just sort of punch your fist through a wall. It was so overwhelmingly powerful.
I noticed a guy in the background, like a big biker guy, and comes right up to our faces like this and goes, you guys are the worst fucking band I ever heard in my life, and if you ever play again, I'll kill you.